Hi, I'm Greg Andrick, and I'm welcoming you to our fourth Business Freedom Conversation newsletter. It's been an interesting time since the last one. A lot of interesting new things coming up. I have some new features for you that I think you'll find really interesting and very valuable as you go forward. Again, our overall theme here in the Business Freedom Conversation is to find things that you can use to help your business be successful. This is all for you. All of our showcase items off of my Power and Performance coaching page are free tools for you to deal with the things that are happening currently to your business. This week's theme on the newsletter, and probably continuing for a while, is inflation. Everybody's talking about inflation. Inflation is on everybody's mind. 72% of businesses have reported that they have already raised prices. This is going to affect your sales effort. Whatever's not working in your business, inflation is going to magnify it. Now, we haven't seen inflation in a long time. And so we've had, this environment where interest rates have been close to zero, prices don't move that much. And now it's going to be a whole new ballgame. Everything's going to move really fast. Unemployment claims are at a 50-year low. And that's because everybody spent the money the government's given to them. Now they got to get to work. And that's not necessarily a good thing for you, because if your wages don't keep pace with prices, other employers are going to poach your employees. It's going to be a quick environment you're going to have to get used to. Wages are definitely not keeping up with the prices. And if you're in the 28% of businesses that have not already raised their prices, you're behind the curve. And the whole thing is getting ahead of the curve. And so that's why we're going to start concentrating for at least this week and probably several weeks to come on inflation and how it affects your business and the things that you can do to survive and probably even thrive with inflation. The fact that there's a higher level of activity can be an advantage as long as you know how to use it. And that's what we're here for. We're going to help you take all of the advantages that you can possibly get and survive this upswing with inflation. And like I said, possibly even thrive on it, because there's going to be a big difference between your prices and your costs, and it's how you ride that wave that counts. So one of the things that you need to start with is a baseline on your business. So we've got the Business Freedom Conversation worksheet. It's a simple worksheet, but the advantage of this simple worksheet is that it gives you a baseline of where your business is. What do you have to work on the basics? You got to start with the basics and know where you are and fix some of those situations, and at least have it be top of mind so that you know what to do with your business. And this is critical. Again, this is free. There's a link on the slide that's below this video. It's about getting you ahead of the curve. Remember, I mentioned the curve. So think of now your business kind of like a surfer. The wave is coming in. You don't want to crash on the beach. You want to ride that wave. And that's what inflation is going to do. The wave is going to come up. Prices are going to go up. Costs are going to go up. It's how you manage all that, and it's staying ahead of the curve. So getting a baseline on your business is critical. Use this form to start with that. At least, like I said, it will get you top of mind, and you'll know some of the areas that you need to work on. The second thing is we're already in an employee crisis. People figured out they didn't need to work because the government gave them all sorts of money. Well, now they've spent the money and they're coming back to work. Well, but they've had a taste of that freedom and only working for places that treat them well. And that's why you need your employees to perform better. If you want to hang on to them, you need to have the methodology to keep them working at something that they feel they can accomplish and feel good about the environment that they're in. And that's with matching their strengths to the tasks that you assign them. That's when the strengths profile come in. And again, it's free. The Business Freedom Conversation worksheet is a free worksheet to see where your business is on the very basics. Then when you come down and look at a strengths profile, you'll know whether you got the right person for the job or you're employing them correctly. And it's free. It's a great start of the conversation, and the results are phenomenal. If you use the strengths profile, you have 50% less employee turnover. you have 44% more customer satisfaction. Why are the customers more satisfied? Because the employees are happier with what they're working on. It's really not rocket science, but with the strengths profile, you can match it up. It's amazing. The other thing that's amazing about it is, and this is not like some small survey. This is over millions of these being done and tens of thousands of companies being analyzed for these strengths profile. That they get when you use the strengths profile to match up your employee skills with the tasks and your company perform better, you get 36% more productivity. Your employees are 6 times more engaged. Need I say more? It's free. Hit the link on the slide below this video and go check it out and see how you can use this with your employees. You're going to thank me, and your employees are going to love you because they're going to be much happier at work. So like I said before, inflation is going to change your sales process. It's going to make your sales process significantly more fluid. And if there's any flaws in your sales process, you're going to see it in multiples because of inflation. Remember I said you're kind of trying to ride a wave. You need to get your prices up. And when you get your prices up, because your costs are coming right behind you, you need to make sure that you maintain that gap so you have a cash flow that's adequate to stay in business. Inflation is going to magnify the problems in your sales process. The link at the bottom of the slide below this video gives you a free evaluation of your company's sales process. It's free, and you're going to know where the flaws in that process are. I'm going to tell you a number one flaw that most people don't know and don't take advantage of is that 82% of salespeople can't ask for money. And if you can't ask for money, you can't ask for the sale. And you wonder why your sales aren't where you want it to be? Well, you're now going to be in a much more fluid, competitive environment for your services. If you sell hard goods, even more, you're going to have all these other issues that everybody's experiencing, shortages, supply chain, all kinds of things, shipping issues. And that's going to affect your sales, and it's going to affect how your organization operates in the selling process. Find out what needs to be fixed and fix it now. Like I said, inflation is going to magnify all of this. If it was a small problem before, it's going to be a really huge problem now. And this free evaluation by the folks at Victory Selling, the guy in the picture on the slide below this video, Steve Haru, he's going to take care of you, and he's going to give you a free evaluation and help you fix what's going on in your sales process, because if you don't have sales, you don't have a business. And what's going to happen is it's going to be a free-for-all. People are your customers now, won't be because they get a better deal somewhere else. People that haven't been your customers, you need to nail down because things are moving. It's a much more fluid environment we're going into, and you need to fix the issues in your sales process for you to stay in business and succeed. Take a look at it. Again, it's free. It's at the bottom of the slide below this video. I think you'll find it really enlightening. And like I said, it's been around 32 years. It's been given to 2.1 million salespeople, and 34,000 companies around the world have used this. Use it now when you really need it. So inflation brings about some really interesting issues tax-wise. Think about it. 72% of businesses have raised their prices, but what have they done with their costs? Do you want to be giving the government the inflation edge? Think about it. There's techniques that you can use that can help match your higher costs with your higher sales and not have a higher taxable income and give Uncle Sam a huge slice of what you need to survive on to keep ahead of the curve. Keith's tax attorney, he can tell you these methods. There's all kinds of methods out there that you can employ and use in your business where you're going to have a better cost matching, a better flow, and pay less taxes. And that's going to become critical because you don't want to, if you don't do these things right, what happens is inflation becomes a huge burden. But if you do them smart, like I said, you're riding a wave, and do you want to crash on the beach, or do you want to ride that wave like in the pipeline and win the surfing contest? Part of that is making sure that tax-wise, you've made the right choices and that you can recognize the higher costs first. There's lots of techniques to do this. And like I said, if you're part of the 28% of the people that haven't raised your price yet, you're going to need to raise your prices. But if you've already raised your prices and you haven't done all the other stuff to make sure that the higher costs get recognized, you're going to wind up giving a huge slice to Uncle Sam. I don't know anybody that likes doing that. Keith's a great tax attorney. He knows all this stuff. Again, slide below this video. There's a link to get a free appointment with Keith, rather. I'm getting too excited. Inflation's making me move faster. I'm inflating my speech today. But you need to talk to Keith. He's a super great guy. There are these techniques. Most people really aren't aware of them, and we haven't had to be aware of them for about 40 years. But back when the inflation was raging in the 80s, they were top of mind for everybody, because who likes to do all that work, raise your price, find a new customer, sell it, and then use the old lower costs, have a huge income, and give a 30%, 40% slice to the government. Nobody likes that. So there are these techniques. That's what you need to think about in this inflationary environment. And Keith's the guy that can help you figure some of those things out. So this is a new free benefit that we've brought to you. It's called the Rich Code Club. So the two guys in the picture in the slide below this video are Sean Harrington and Jim Britt. Sean Harrington is on Shark Tank. He's the guy that did the Ring doorbell. I think every night on the news, I see some video from Ring doorbell. And Jim is one of the top 50 speakers in the world, one of the top 20 success coaches in the world. They've created a private community. Now, I'm going to be in their book. We've got a book coming out in May. It's called Crack the Rich Code, and the one that's coming out in May is Crack the Rich Code number 8. I have a chapter in the book. I'll make it available to you when it comes out. The Rich Code Club has 160 experts like me in it. It's not an environment like LinkedIn or Facebook where there's hundreds of millions of people, where you're going to be bombarded with people looking for work and all this kind of thing. This is a community where you have 160 experts in this community that are making themselves available on subjects like personal empowerment, sales and marketing, money matters, leadership, career and entrepreneurship, peak performance, health and wellness, love and relationships. Who doesn't need help with love and relationships? Speaking and presentations. You got to give a presentation. You can come here and get tips from experts on that. And then they have podcasts. The thing is new. It fired up 2 weeks ago. It's going to be a great community. And because you're connected to me, if you're not connected to me, connect to me. Again, slide below this video has a link. You click that link, and for free, you are a member of the Rich Code Club and have all these experts that are on the same plane as Sean Harrington and Jim Britt. That it's not a million people. It's a few hundred people. One of the features that they have, I think, is really interesting. If you've got a project, you can submit your project, and the experts will give you tips for free. You notice that great marketing word, for free, on the website. So submit what you're doing. Say you're coming out with a new product, you have a new process, you have anything that's going on. You can put that into the Rich Code Club and ask for feedback, and you will get feedback from the 160 experts that are on there. I am one of them. And all these other subjects. So if you're looking for content and ways to improve things, if you're looking for feedback, if you're looking for advice, if you're looking for anything, this is a private community that, because you're connected to me, you get access to, and you get these very high level people that are willing to talk with you and discuss whatever it is on your mind that you want to work on. So click the link below, join for free, and you're going to get access to all this very special content that the rest of the world doesn't get. This is a very small number of people. So, once a month, we have an Ask the Experts forum. And this month, on May 18th at noon Pacific, we're going to have another live stream. And it's a panel of experts again, where you can bring up any of your questions. This will be the third time we're doing it. The last two were very successful, had a lot of people watch, had people connect with the experts afterwards. And this is for you to be able to have a forum that you can come to and have the latest. Now, the theme of this one on May 18 is going to be like the theme of this newsletter. It's going to be inflation. And we're going to talk about the tips, tricks, what you need to do to stay ahead of the curve and be successful. Inflation is not the huge deal breaker that a lot of people think it is. It gives you have to manage it correctly, but it gives you a lot of opportunities to stay ahead of the curve. Like I mentioned earlier in the newsletter, the object is to stay ahead of the curve and do the things you need to do where it isn't a detriment and it can possibly even be a benefit. And you can find out those things when you come to the live stream. You can ask the experts any question that you want, and they'll answer them. And again, like always, everybody that we have a panelist on this live stream has agreed to give a private consultation for free. So if you don't want your problem to be discussed in public, if you don't want your question to be brought up in public, all of the people are available for a private, free consultation afterwards. So come, the link in, again, the slide below this video, the link you can check and say you're coming, and it'll put it in your calendar so you know when the live stream is and you'll be reminded. It's Wednesday, May 18, 12 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you there. So this concludes this week's newsletter. I hope you find all this really useful. Go to my Power and Performance page, Power and Performance Coaching page. Follow it, because I'm always adding new things, getting new panelists, getting new things that will help you keep your business afloat. Not only afloat, help you make your business be the success that you've always wanted it to be with all of these free tools. It's all about you. We're here to help you be a better businessman, better person, better everything that you can be, live up to your full potential. That's what our mission is all about. Anyhow, thank you for watching, and good luck, and we'll see you on the live stream on May 18 at noon Pacific.